Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of the Sir Alex Ferguson Challenge with West Ham. Now in today's video we do have our final game in the Champions League group stage and it is the start of the January transfer window. So following on from our defeat against AC Milan in the Champions League, we went away to Wolverhampton Wanderers in the Premier League and we managed to get a 2-1 win. It did take a Brent Beckier penalty in the 87th minute to give us the win, but we did dominate the game. I think I seem to remember we did definitely have the better of the game, but we weren't creating that many chances, but eventually we got the 3 points. Next up was Brentford in the League Cup 4th round and we managed to win this one 4-1. Alexander Isak, Moise Kean, Armin Shalke and Joshua Wagnerman getting the goals for us. We continued the decent run of form against Everton in the Premier League at home. Haramillo, Olmo and Brent Beckier getting himself another goal from the penalty spot gave us the 3 points in the Premier League. We then took our revenge against AC Milan in the Champions League with a 3-0 win in the reverse leg at home. Dani Olmo gave us an early lead in the 14th minute. Haramillo and Alexander Isak completed the scoring. We then had a bunch of friendlies because, as you can remember, it is 2022 and the Qatar World Cup was happening. I'll show you the results of that afterwards because it is a little bit interesting. But we did play one other game. It was an FA Cup 3rd round game against Tottenham Hotspur and we managed to win 5-1. Moise Kean, Shalke with a couple and Eric Dyer getting himself 2 own goals to give us the victory. And as you can see in this 2022 World Cup, England did end up running out victors against Mali in the final. The team of the tournament actually came out and Rob Holding was in the defence. The entire defence actually was English. But as you can see here, Mali put out France in the semi-finals. England beat Germany in the semi-finals. Mali put out Mexico. Germany beat Ghana. France beat Sweden. Australia managed to make it to the quarterfinals of the World Cup. It was a very strange World Cup, let's put it that way. But we are into the January transfer window and I'm not sure if anyone's actually come. We do have some people coming in who would agree to transfer with before, but they haven't come in just yet, so we'll save that for later. But we have had interest in Alexander Isak from Paris Saint-Germain. They made a derisory offer of 58 million. In my opinion, it was not good enough for me to consider. It was non-negotiable as well, so I couldn't even talk them up from there. And I would be interested in selling Alexander Isak. He is technically my 3rd choice striker, which I prefer to play. It would let Moise Kean get a little bit more game time. I would probably just look to bring in a loan to cover him for the season, whilst I wait for some of my youngsters to progress from the under-23s. But yeah, if we can cash in for a decent amount from Alexander Isak in this January transfer window, it's something I would be interested in. But anyway, moving on to today's game, we do have Schalke in the final group game, and this will be the lineup. We'll start with Davies in goal, Panzo and Holding at centre-back, Wagnerman right wing-back, Toussaint as our defensive midfielder, Aaron Martin on the left, Beckier and Tonelli in the centre with Dani Olmo, Haramillo and Silva leading the line. Schalke come at us with a 4-4-2, some recognisable faces there, particularly Marasek, as how he performed. He's developed okay on this team, not absolutely fantastic, but we'll see how we get on today away from home. We do actually need a result against Schalke today. AC Milan have Steaua Bucharest in their final group game, and if they win and we fail to win, do they finish top? I'm not too sure. If we get a draw, actually, I think we would still win the group, so a draw would win the group for us. But obviously, if we get beat, we are going to finish second and potentially get a much worse draw because of that. Highlight now as Aaron Martin takes the corner. It's cleared by McKennie, but only as far as Fabio Silva. Can we get a decent ball into the box? It's there, and we get a penalty. No, Fabio Silva is going to step up and take it. We've scored the last couple of penalties. I know I was whinging last episode about us missing them. Can we score? And we do. We'll put ourselves 1-0 up in front inside 15 minutes. Decent start. And Fabio Silva steps up, knocks it in the left-hand side. The keeper has no chance. That's his 7th goal of the season. And yeah, it looks like we're in control of this one a little bit. Dani almost spreads the ball lovely to Aaron Martin on the left-hand side. Wagnerman's there, but it goes just past him. He keeps the ball in play as Tonelli finds Beckier on the edge. Back to Tonelli. There's plenty of men in the box. We've got to get the ball in at some point. As Aaron Martin, can he get the ball in? Can Dani Olmo, Wagnerman? Decent save by Trapp. Should have probably done a little bit better with that opportunity. We had a lot of men in the box and a lot of options, but you know, things are still going well for us. One of the things I have noticed about the new system we do get is we often get a lot of yellow cards. Is that are going to be, oh my god, and there's a straight red. Just as I was about to start talking about it, we get a red card. We're going to drop Dani Olmo all the way back and get him subbed off and get a centre back on in his place. So Reece Oxford will come on for Danny Olmo. We've sacrificed our attacking midfielder. With that in mind, we will change Sandro Tonali's role to a Mezzala just to give us that extra oomph going forward. We will knock ourselves back to a balanced team strategy. We'll see how it goes from there. But down to 10 men this early on could spell disaster. I would be absolutely delighted if we got a second goal here. Tonali to Becky out on the edge. He hits the post. And Fabio Silva can't get there. He's actually offside. So Jonathan Panzo's put us in a bit of a predicament 35 minutes in. But I think we might still have the sort of team capable of crunching out at least a draw against Schalke today. Even with 10 men. We'll see how it goes in the second half. We'll keep an eye on the league table, and Milan are winning against Steaua Bucharest. So yeah, we would still qualify top of the group with a draw. So that is the aim for now. Highlight now is William has got a ball in for Shalke. Davies comes for it and he completely misses it. That was an absolute nightmare for Craig Davies. I don't know what he's thought about that. Why he's coming for that ball, and if he does come for it, he's got to fully commit. But he doesn't. He's sort of... I don't know what he does. That was a bit disappointing, and now we are up against it. Another free kick by William. He plays it in. Schalke hit the post. What's happening? It's a free kick for West Ham. Thank God for that. Another highlight, and it looks like it's going to be another Schalke opportunity down the right hand side this time as Mbolo gets on it. When he gets the ball in, Gomez is there. What a save by Craig Davies. He's definitely made up for that. Or did that hit the post? I might have. Right, we're going to get Aaron Martin off for Tony Lotto, and we're going to get Wagnerman off for Emerson to keep our wing backs fresh. There seems to be a lot coming down the wings for them, so we're going to knock our complete wing backs back to full backs, get them more defensive responsibility in their play role, which will hopefully see us see out this game with the draws. Tony Lotto comes forward. Becky Hart now is on it. Back to Toussaint. Tonali, take the strike, son. Go on, I know you can do it. Just over the bar. 10 minutes to go, and it looks like we're holding on. Schalke not... Oh my God, why have I just spoke? William with the corner in. McKennie. Marisic. Offside. Thank God for that. Oh. 3 minutes to go. Another corner for Schalke. Gundogan's got so much space. So much time in the box. And he makes it 2-1 Schalke. Now we're going to qualify second in the group. And no doubt we're going to get a much worse draw because of that. Jonathan Panzo has let us down in this game as... a straight red card. It was a second yellow card, sorry, not a straight red, but getting sent off 35 minutes in while I was going to be struggling. And looking at the match stats, we did okay. They didn't actually create all that much, but 2 set pieces has been our downfall. Craig Davies definitely at fault for their first goal. And another thing about Football Manager, goalkeeper ratings. Craig Davies should not be on a 6.9 for that performance. I know he might have made some saves that we didn't see, but that first goal, that was a crucial mistake, and he should have been heavily downgraded for that. Likewise, when he keeps a clean sheet and does good performance, he should be heavily rated well for that, but he hasn't been. A really, really disappointing result against Schalke. Milan ended up winning 6-0 against Steaua Bucharest, which obviously means they qualify top of their group. So we'll see what we can get. We can get Paris Saint-Germain, we can get Barcelona, we can get Bayer Leverkusen, would be okay, we'll get Atletico Madrid. So whoever we'll get, maybe apart from Bayer Leverkusen, it's going to be a nightmare. But even saying that, Bayer Leverkusen have got a really good side. They've just finished top of a group that contained Real Madrid. And as you can see by Abdul Nati, they are absolutely special as well. So there's going to be no easy draw in the first knockout round. Really disappointing to not finish top of this group. Obviously, Schalke finishing on 10 points. Unluckily not to progress with that many points, as you can see by some of the other groups. 10 points might have got them through, but we finished second. Good. Because of the massive pushback in fixtures due to the World Cup, the Champions League first knockout draw is actually going to be today, straight after the game. So we have not been seeded for the draw. We're just going to click automatic, and we're just going to see who we're going to get. We've had a look. We're out first. Who we're getting? We have got Barcelona. Now, Barcelona, obviously a really good side. Very special at the start of the game. We don't know how they might have progressed 4 or 5 years into the save, but we did beat them in the Champions League group stage. It was either last season or the season before, and we did finish top of the group that contained them. So maybe it might not be the worst thing in the world. We are at home in the first leg, which is not ideal, to say the least, but we'll just have to see how it goes as we'll waiting for the rest of the fixtures to be drew. Red Bull Leipzig or PSG there. So there's the fixtures for the first knockout round. We will be playing Barcelona. Looking forward to the next episode. We are going to come back whilst it is still January, and we'll update you on any January transfer business I've done. I'm not actually considering spending that much money. We do have, I think it's £76 million and £200,000 spare in the wages. So if I did want to make a move, I could definitely do it for the right person. But we'll come back for the Southampton game in the next episode. Disappointing result against Schalke, but if you've enjoyed today's video, please consider leaving a like. And if you're enjoying my content, consider subscribing. But until next time, take it easy.